You may have seen someone, perhaps around you or on television, who struggles with even the simplest movements, like picking up a cup. Because of brain injury from disease or accident, their hands tremble, their speech slows down, their gait becomes unsteady, and they can barely stand without leaning on a wall or another person. When these changes unfold slowly over long periods of time, measuring them objectively and accurately becomes critically important. Precisely capturing one person's change over time, that is where today's story begins. Hello, everyone. My name is Minchor Song, and our team built CeMoQu, Cerebellar Motor Quantification, a platform that assesses motor and speech function objectively and quantitatively using nothing more than a camera, a microphone, and a web browser. Ataxia is a neurological condition in which the control and coordination of movements are impaired, causing difficulty with walking, hand movement, and speech. Its most common hereditary form, spinocerebellar ataxia, is a rare disease affecting roughly 1 to 5 people per 100,000. There is still no FDA-approved treatment that slows its progression, and like many rare diseases, ataxia takes an average of 4.7 years to diagnose. On top of that, precisely because it is rare, there simply isn't enough data. This combination of no treatment, no data, and incomplete measurement tools is a problem we set out to address. The most widely used standardized assessment tool today is the Scale for the Assessment and Rating of Ataxia, or SARA. SARA scores 8 domains, including gait, sitting, speech, and limb coordination on a scale of 0 to 40 based on what an examiner directly observes and hears. SARA is a trusted tool worldwide, but at its core, it still relies on the subjective judgment of a single clinician. That is why quantitative, objective measurement is not just a nice-to-have feature, but rather it is a foundation for tracking disease progression, confirming treatment effects, and validating new therapies. The same score does not mean the same movement. Two patients can both receive a Sierra score of 2, yet one may show consistently slow task performance with small regular tremor, while the other shows a large directional shift and hesitation at the start, followed immediately by stable performance. The number is still the same, but the actual movement is completely different. CeMoQ's goal is to not replace Sarah, but rather it is to preserve Sarah's clinical meaning while adding the fine-grained movement detail as data. Let me start with the concepts you already know. Appropriate technology. Technology made to fit where it's needed and the amount that's needed so that everyone can use it. CeMoQu applies this idea to clinical assessments. No special equipment, just a computer, a camera, and a microphone. CeMoQu works in 3 steps: watch, measure, and track. The camera and microphone observe and measure a patient's movements and voice and extract them as numbers. The resulting data can be used to track one's progress over time, and in the future, with proper security and consent in place, data from many people could be combined to study the common patterns and progression of ataxia. The speech disturbance test developed by Aiden has the patient read 5 short sentences aloud. CeMoQu records the speech and analyzes it through speech recognition and timing measurements. First, how clear is it? How many words are correctly recognized? Second, how natural is the speaking rate, which is then converted into a score. It also captures finer data such as loudness, pitch stability, pauses, and word error rate. In the original Sarah, this was the most subjective item as there was no separate standardized test. The clinician simply judged it by ear through the examination. CeMoQu turns it into concrete, repeatable data, which makes this a particularly meaningful module.
Click Start Test on the right side of the box. The sentence will then display under Instructions. Click Start Recording and read the sentence. The source of the huge river is the clear spring. After a short delay, some statistics will appear. Under DL, there will be a link to download the audio and data. Then press Next, and another sentence will appear.
The random target touch test developed by Ethan computes a supplementary score aligned with Sarah's finger chase item. A circle appears at a random position on the screen, and the patient touches it, either directly with the mouse or touchscreen, or by having the camera track the position of a fingertip in the air. Unlike the original Sarah test, which only measures how far the movement misses the target, this module additionally captures reaction time, hand tremor, dwell on the target, smoothness of movement, directional changes, accuracy, and time per trial. Two patients may both miss by a little, but one misses steadily while the other misses with tremor, and this module distinguishes that difference precisely.
Once the success overlay appears, click Start. Simply move your index finger in the air to chase the targets.
The line drawing test developed by Jungjae allows patients to draw a line following a reference path from start to finish and record how far the drawn line deviates from that path. This module covers Sarah's nose finger test, a fine motor task that captures how stably a person can move between two distant targets, complementing the assessment of the upper limb coordination. Rather than looking at a single worst moment, this module looks at drift across the entire path. It converts performance into metrics like deviation, drift, and reversal, capturing the subtle hand movements that Sarah might miss.
To begin, the user presses and holds the left mouse button on the S block, then drags the cursor along the guide path without releasing the click until reaching the F block.
The sitting test module, developed by Taeyeon, measures Sarah's sitting test more precisely. The patient sits upright with arms extended forward without hand support for 10 seconds, while the camera tracks the movement of the body's center. It measures the magnitude and frequency of sway, sudden shifts, whether the hands are used for support, and any tracking dropouts. Rather than simply concluding to swayed or didn't sway, it shows the size and duration of the sway as quantitative metrics.
So you'll start camera, and then make sure you can see your shoulders, then calibrate it. Okay, then once I start, they must sit upright on a firm surface, feet off the ground with no support, arms outstretched, eyes open, and hold that position for 10 seconds after the 3-second countdown. So media pipe pose tracks the midpoint between my shoulders, frame by frame for the full 10 seconds, building a complete trajectory of any sway. So I got a score of 1, which shows slight intermittent sway with no support. So you can see your max sway, sway duty, support events, and tracking lost, all in terms of data. And then by going to the research section, you can check your score history and then how you moved throughout the session, and also see why you got the result that you did. And by downloading all session data, you can view exactly where all the data came from, and also your score chart. So if you redid this test again, the next score will show up as a different point.
So, does it actually work? We tested predefined simulated performance conditions matched to Sarah's score categories. For example, in the random target touch test, we deliberately created conditions with about 5 centimeters or 10 centimeters of deviation and checked whether CeMoQu produced a corresponding score. All 30 of 30 trials matched their intended classification. This is not clinical validation yet, but it demonstrates technical consistency, that CeMoQu can reliably convert the recorded data into the intended scores. And we take it one step further. When a single patient completes all 4 tests, CeMoQu brings the results together on one screen. The measurements from the random target touch, sitting, speech, and line drawing test are integrated into charts and tables so the examiner can see this one person's overall motor and speech function at a glance. What's even more interesting comes next. From the same test, CeMoQu also generates values that are hard for a person to perceive in real time: tremor amplitude, reaction time, pitch stability, and more. Through this data, a clinician can determine more accurately and objectively whether a patient is improving overall and in which areas change is occurring. CeMoQu does not replace the clinician's judgment, but turns observation into measurable data, making that judgment stronger. In other words, CeMoQu isn't simply a digital way to compute a SARA score, but rather it's a platform that lets you understand a patient's change more deeply through richer data. And this data can become the starting point for new digital biomarkers. Here is why what CeMoQu produces is special. What CeMoQu creates is not just a score. It's multimodal time series data that captures movement and voice together. Because ataxia is a rare disease, gathering enough clinical data is difficult in itself. But because CeMoQu is web-based and supports repeated measurements, it can accumulate data of the same structure over time. This kind of longitudinal time series data can become the foundation for AI-driven pattern analysis and predictive modeling. It can also support synthetic data research to help compensate for limited data. In the long run, such digital biomarkers could provide more sensitive outcome measures in clinical trials, contributing to faster and more precise evaluation of treatment effects. There are two directions ahead. First, expanding SARA coverage. CeMoQu currently centers on modules related to 4 of SARA's 8 domains: sitting, speech disturbance, finger chase, and nose finger. Tests like gait, stance, and fast alternating hand movements can be added to the same watch, measure, track framework. Second, validation with clinicians. We need to calibrate thresholds together with experts and conduct studies with larger, more diverse participant groups. CeMoQu is not yet a validated clinical tool, but it is a working platform that demonstrates SARA-related tasks can be recorded, quantified, and tracked with accessible technology. Let me return to the person we started with. Patients with cerebellar motor disorders, trembling hands, slowing speech, unsteady gait, patients who waited years for a diagnosis, and patients who had to travel to a medical facility with a malfunctioning body. Now, with the computer as far more accessible tool, and because CeMoQu is a web-based platform, it allows for reliable assessments outside the constraints of a specialized facility, but in the comfort of one's home. Easy access and quick testing also make large-scale data collection possible, which can help solve clinical data scarcity, the biggest problem in rare disease. We expect that AI trained on this accumulated data will be able to generate synthetic data. This can enable faster clinical trials and ultimately contribute significantly to the rapid development of treatments. Thank you.